24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin gave us the latest ideas about getting a roads deal done in Lansing. Well, today he sat down with the governor to get his take on the progress of those talks.
So what's the governor's take on all this, Rick?
Well, I was telling you about what I thought the plan might be yesterday, but not quite so fast, because here's the problem. The governor remains optimistic, and he isn't, of course, talking about details, but he is saying that there is a chance that they could reach some kind of an agreement, that the leaders themselves haven't finalized a plan, and that means that a legislative vote is still some time off. There are 15 days left for the legislature to meet before they take their break in November. And they'll be back in December, and they'll be back in January. But I know that sooner rather than later is the desire of a lot of people. One, because you want to get it done. Two, because there are some people that have an election next year. And so this is something that you'd like to get done. Give me your best take after having been through this conversation multiple times with multiple partners now. How much further do you have to go to get something done?
Well, in terms of getting something done, I would say at the quadrant level, working with the leaders of both chambers and the lieutenant governor, I think we've made a lot of progress. And I hope we can get some conclusion of that fairly quickly, fairly near term, to go to your very point. Then it requires actually going out to the broader bodies, the House and the Senate memberships themselves, and to get a coalition to get a winning vote on both of these, both of these chambers. So that's something that I think we need to get to the next step fairly soon, and I think we're on a positive path to do that. What I would say is, in terms of most of the discussions, I think we've got a good common sense set of solutions being discussed. I just hope politics doesn't interfere with it.
What is your bet that politics will interfere with it?
Well, you always have some issue of political interference would be the word I would actually use. But again, so far we've seen it be at a more minimal level.
We'll see how minimal. So it sounds to me like the Republican and Democratic leaders in the Senate and the House, as well as the governor, may be close to a deal. But then they've got to get the legislators in the Senate and House to go along with it. And that's kind of where we were. So I think we're still several days, if not a couple of weeks, and again, 15 more legislative days before that November break. We'll see.
Yeah.
Watch out for that interference.
That interference. There's always some political interference.
Thanks,
Thank you, Rick.